Good morning all. Hello guys, welcome back into the channel. I hope you all had a good weekend. I want to hear all about it in the chat, so please let me know what you've been up to this weekend, whether it's to do with Parallel, Sorare, Pooky, or it's nothing to do with a Web3 game at all. You've just had a decent weekend. If you haven't had a great weekend, this is the time to vent. This is the place to vent, but hopefully you have. So guys, let me know what you've been up to and how you've been getting on. We have quite an interesting stream today, and something that I wasn't planning on doing, because we were just planning on doing our usual prime climb grind on Parallel, where we try and climb the leaderboard and with the deck we've got, and then we try to earn as much prime, which is the in-game token, as we can, because that's worth money. We are still going to do that. So don't get it wrong, we are still going to do that, but there's been a development today. I woke up this morning and I checked my wallets and everything, you know, my Web3 wallets, and I had a huge chunk of money in my wallet because I have actually sold my overclock key. It sold overnight, and a lot of you guys will remember that I won the overclock key about 2.5-3 weeks ago in a giveaway that was kind of pretty much community led. I didn't even enter it, but I kind of got nominated because everyone in the community really enjoys what I'm doing. So again, huge thank you to everybody for that. And I ended up winning it, and I think it's a brilliant thing to win, absolutely amazing thing to win. And I was very happy to keep it, but I also had it up for sale at the same time, and it sold. It sold. We sold it for about $3,500 last night, which is just mind-blowing. Yeah, I woke up and I was like, oh wow, something amazing's happened. So the plan has always been that if we sell the overclock key, we will try to use some of the funds to go and buy the cards that we're missing in our climber deck. Because if you don't know, we run two decks. We run a climber deck, which is a mix of free cards and NFT cards, and then we run an earner deck, which is not a mix at all. It's full of 40 digital collectibles, the 40 NFTs, and you need 40 out of 40 in a deck to be NFTs in order to maximize your earnings in the game. Now, one of the things I kind of want to not be doing anymore is I don't want to be doing a climber deck in the day and then having to come back onto Parallel later in the evening to switch to the earner deck. It's just taking up too much time. And I'm actually going to be, I've mentioned it yesterday, we have a new schedule. So the new schedule now is Monday to Friday is when we stream from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. We're a little bit late today, so apologies about that. But that's the schedule, right? So that's when you know you can expect me to be online streaming 12 to 5, Monday to Friday. We were doing evening streams as well, but I can't do them anymore because I am going to be starting to write articles and do written content on Parallel, which will complement the streams that I'm doing and further help you guys, right? In order to do that, I need to have my evenings free so I can dedicate the time to actually write, which means that I can't kind of do a day stream where we're climbing, then come back on, and then basically spend 3 or 4 hours trying to then earn with our earner deck. So in these day streams, we need to be basically earning as well as climbing, which is again one of the reasons why I decided it was probably worth trying to sell the overclock key and then use that to then, you know, fix that problem. So that's what we're going to be doing. That is what we're going to be doing today. And before we do it, let me say hello to everyone. Hello to, who we got? AD, Hogvax. Thank you so much, Han, as well. Hello to Han. Hogvax says I climbed like 200 MMR in the last 2 days, so it's good. My weekend has been good. You know what? It sounds like you've had an amazing weekend. You've had almost like a contrast weekend to what mine's been like, because guys, I had a bit of a shocker this weekend in Parallel. Another reason why I wanted to get like the overclock key sold and then basically get the cards that I'm missing. On Friday, right, let me tell you something here. On Friday, I was playing in the evening on Friday, and it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. I was trying to get my 5 wins in the evening, right? And I got up to about 3 out of 5, and then there was like an hour left, right? There was 1 hour left until the day reset, right? So imagine that. You've got 2 more wins to get. You've got an hour to do it. Realistically, that's enough time to do it, right? I ended up, and I kid you not, right? I ended up playing the same guy 5 times in a row, right? 5 times in a row. He was running a Cathy fleet support deck, which you guys know is a bit of a pain. In fact, it's a big pain, but you guys know that I can beat that. But in order for me to beat that, I need to be running my climber deck, not my earner deck. My earner deck doesn't have enough in the locker, doesn't have enough options or solutions in the deck to effectively win against it. Enough, right? So I'm playing against this guy, Cathy fleet support, and every time I lose against him, because I was losing, right? I was thinking, okay, shit, lost the first one. I thought, all right, who's the next opponent? Next opponent was exactly the same guy, and I was like, oh, it's really not what I want, because I'm under time pressure here to get the 2 extra wins. But let's see if I can beat him on the second time. Second time, no, right? Then I thought, okay, I really don't want to see that guy again, because I need to get 2 more wins in the next 40 minutes or something, 45 minutes. Next opponent after that, the same guy. Then the same guy again after that, then the same guy again after that. It was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. And it stopped us from getting the 5 wins on Friday. So I lost 5 games in a row with my my earner deck, right? Then, to make matters worse, I was pissed, by the way. I was so pissed at that point that I was just like, you know what? I'm so annoyed we missed out, because we're just freaking getting matched against the same person. I even reached out to me on Discord and said, oh, maybe you should change the deck. And I was like, I want to change it. Believe me, if I change the deck, I'll win. I said, but I'm trying to use my earner deck here, which is not as strong, but it's got the 40 NFTs in to get the extra 2 wins I need to make the 5. And so anyways, it didn't happen. And then once the day reset, I then thought, right, let's switch to the climber deck so we can at least make up for that loss that we made, all those losses, right? So I switched to the climber deck, right? Now that the day had reset, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? I lost about 10 games in a row. So all in all, I lost about 15 games in a row on Friday, right? To start the weekend off. I was like, are you kidding me? And keep in mind that on Friday, we achieved our highest ever position on Parallel. We were like 70th, right? We were smashing it. We were absolutely smashing it. And all that hard work in the day on Friday was undone, completely undone on Friday night. And you can imagine I was up really late as well, because I was trying to make up for those losses. And it was just horrendous, and I felt really crap, really shitty. I woke up in a bit of a bad mood on Saturday, and I thought, right, I need to try and correct some of it. And I managed to kind of get some more wins back, but look at where we are now, guys. We really fell out. Look, 196th. We're 196th. On Friday, we were 70th. That's how crappy the weekend's been for me on Parallel. It's been, we were like an MMR of like 1,600. 1,600. We're 350 down on our MMR. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. So yeah, we are too far away from the top 100 now, but what we're going to do is we are going to keep going. We're going to go and buy those cards that I need, using the funds that we got from selling the overclock key, and we're just then going to start to climb and earn at the same time. So yeah, if you've been having a bit of a shocking weekend, don't worry, you're not alone. You can see it here on the screen. I've been having a shocker too. I really have. And to be honest with you, like yesterday, I won quite a lot of games as well, but I've still kind of dropped. I think yesterday I was like 160th or something. So I've somehow dropped like 30 positions overnight, which shows you how competitive it is. My earner deck has 0 relic removal. It's painful in that matchup. Why don't you have any removal, Hogvax, in your earner deck? Why don't you just get a like a collateral damage or something? You faced Zeliza 5 times in a row too, Kathy. Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. I said to the guy, I was like, I really don't like that. I think that the game needs to not do that, where you match up to the same person 5 times. It's just horrible. Absolutely horrible. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do. It's been a really good season for us so far, but being kind of back close to like 200 is not cool at all. I don't like it. We're definitely, I think, a top 100 player, and so yeah, we need to go and get the cards. So let's have a little look here. Prime wise, yesterday I earned 0.840 prime, which I'm really happy about. Our earnings are probably going to take a little bit of a hit, potentially, because now we don't have the overclock key. We're probably not going to get as much of a boost on our prime, but if we can get the 40 out of 40 cards that we need from our climber deck, then, and if we can get back to the levels that we were, like Diamond 1, then our earnings shouldn't be too far off this. Maybe like 0.7 regularly every day would be really cool. Let's go and have a look at the deck, right? I've made a few changes to the deck, and I'm going to see if we can actually get... the all of the cards from this deck, but the problem is that I know for sure that some of them are mad expensive, and even though we've got like a huge chunk of money now to spend, I don't want to be spending like, you know, stupid amounts on one card. So we'll do it with like a little bit of sensibility in our head, right? The couple of changes that I have made. Can you start this game as a free-to-play? You can play the whole thing free-to-play, yeah. So that's a question from Ed Lind. You can play the whole thing free-to-play. You don't need to spend any money in it whatsoever. If you do want to spend some money, you can basically get a starter deck of 40 cards in the deck, and those cards are NFTs, and then those cards will help you to earn money. So the starter decks you can buy for like £25, and then with that you'll easily be able to earn probably double that within 2-3 weeks. It's very, very good for earnings, but you don't need to spend anything. So if you really don't want to spend anything, if you can't spend anything, don't worry. You can play the game entirely for free. You can even become the #1 ranked player in the world just from not spending a penny, right? It's very, very cool. If you want to play this game and you've not signed up, there's the link in the chat. Why you sold the overclock key not worth out of 40 deck, right? I feel like any type of key is really good if you've got a full 40 NFTs, right? Which we can just earn and climb at the same time. I cannot afford I cannot afford to spend 5 hours in a day climbing and then spend another 3 or 4 hours in the night then earning. I need to be earning and climbing at the same time. I have commitments now to start doing written content for Parallel, which requires me to have my evenings free so I can do it. So yeah, having an overclock key doesn't help me to do that, but selling the overclock key and then using that money to buy a proper deck, improve the deck that I've got, so that I have 40 out of 40 solid cards which I can climb and earn with. That's the much better way and sensible way to do it. I think in the future I'd love to get the overclock key back, but it's almost a bit wasted on me, to be honest with you. Good morning to Manu as well. Right, so the cards which I brought into the climber deck, which is going to become our earner deck, is Wong. So I crafted a Wong last night actually. So we have him in the climber deck, and we'll see if we can get him as an NFT today. Could be a little bit expensive though. Triumph of the Lost, we have one NFT, but I think we need another 2. because I wouldn't mind running 3 Triumph of the Lost. If I can't run 3, I'll definitely run 2. So that's definitely the first thing on our shopping list. We're going to go and get a Triumph of the Lost NFT in a minute. Definitely. At least 1, maybe probably 2. Probably 2, right? We've also got a Adira in here. I would absolutely love to have an Adira in this deck as an NFT. The slight problem is that I think Adira is really expensive, and I'm not even sure there's any Adira cards listed right now. So we'll see if she is available, and if she is, how much can we buy her for? But again, if she's like stupid amounts, like $500, $600, we're gonna have to forget about it, right? Because I'm not really looking to spend that much on one card. I already don't like it that we're probably going to have to spend like maybe $100 on a couple of cards, but certainly don't want to be spending stupid amounts. So we'll see what we can get for her. If not, we'll find a replacement. We've got 2 Stolen Power. We've actually got 3 Stolen Power NFTs now, but we run with 2. Treacherous Scheming, we have 3, but we run with 2. Void Trapper, we've only got 1. For NFT Void Trapper. If we can get another 1 or maybe another 2, that'd be great, because then if we can't afford to get the Adira, we'll just run, say, 3 Void Trappers instead. I don't own as NFTs. So Spectre Attack Craft, we'll try and get that as well. I was running the Fanatical Crewman, which I could just run instead of these, but I wouldn't mind having it because it's quite a good aggressive unit that when you put it on the board, the opponent has to deal with it. So we'll see if we can get those, right? Hey man, a quick question. How much was the parallel pack worth? Like $70 each, kind of? Yeah, the Planet Full pack, I think, well, it's 4.3, I think, 4.3 prime. So about $50, something like that. But then when you factor in the gas fees as well, it's probably close to about $60 per pack. 60. I crafted some echoes of Nullifier Acolyte, sorry. I've got 3 copies of Acolyte and 2 as echoes, 1 as an NFT. So I'd done that on the weekend knowing that we're not going to be able to get Lord Half because he's too expensive. But what's the next best card to Lord Half? And it's the Acolyte. Adira's not that bad for the moment. It's $190 US. All right, cool. So let's go and do it. We know the... Oh, and actually also Astel's Glaive. But I think Glaive's going to be expensive, right? Glaive's probably going to be expensive. So Lord Half, it's not an issue if we can't get him, because I know he's really expensive. We'll just play Acolyte. Glaive would be good. 2 of the Spectre... Oh, hello. 2 of the Spectre Attack Craft would be lovely. 2 Void Trappers, 1 Adira, and then a Triumph of the Lost. Hello to Manjit. How you doing, man?